So guys and girls, I'm back at the Devil's Punch Bowl. And I've got what I came here to get. If you watched my last video, you know why. But I had a comment on my last video, and I'm hoping I'm getting the right way. It might be this way. A comment in my last video was, why is it so sinister? Why is the Devil's Punch Bowl sinister? Well, I'm hoping this is the right path. So in that direction used to be the old A3, the old A3 back in the day. I will try and put pictures throughout the video of what it used to look like back in the day. Now this whole area, the one I filmed Monday and all the other videos I filmed here, all of this is classed as Devil's Punch Bowl, and it was run by the National Trust. I just hoping I picked the right route. Like I said guys, I've came here, got what I needed to get, now I'm heading home. And like I said, I have done other videos here if you want to go and check them out. But yeah, so like I said in my other videos, other lives I've done here, reason why I call it Devil's Punch Bowl, again, myths and legends. I personally don't believe in it, but again, back in the day, the devil or Satan had an argument with God, and this Satan or the devil, or what you want to call him, picked up a handful of dirt and threw it at God out of anger. Again, myths and legends. I don't personally believe in it, but that's the story, and I think I am on the right route. This tree does look familiar, so I think I'm on the right track. And you head that way. So again, there's like I said, I'm gonna put, if I can, put pictures in the video so it shows you what it looked like before. The new, what we call the new A3 is actually we've got a tunnel that goes under the A3, under Devil's Punch Bowl. It's about, the highest point of the Devil's Punch Bowl is about 200 feet down the tunnel. And the reason why it's so sinister, I put in the title something about it being sinister. There has been, back in the day, the old original A3 used to go from London to Portsmouth, and there's a pub, the entrance coming into the Devil's Punch Bowl, and the sailor went in there, had a drink, probably had something to eat, and went on the old A3 heading towards Portsmouth. Well, the sailor didn't make it. 3 men found out that he had a little bit of money, followed him onto the old A3, and the only thing I can say is that the sailor never made it out of the Devil's Punch Bowl alive. The 3 men were caught, found guilty, they were hung, and their bodies were put in a gibbet cage up on what the locals call Gibbet Hill. The sailor was buried in a local cemetery. I can't remember exactly which one, but he is a local one in one of the local cemeteries around here. Also, they again, I need to find out information, but they upgraded the road, because the road looked like this back in the day, mud road. Horse and cart used to go down there. Highwaymen used to hide out in the bushes, and they used to rob. They used to rob horse and cart when they used to go through. Also, when they updated that road back then, put tarmac down, people used to take the bend because it curves around. It's not a straight road, it bends around the punch bowl. People used to speed around the corner and used to leave the road and end up in the Devil's Punch Bowl. I'll tell you more of the story in a minute, so bear with me.
What have you? She also does.
So yeah, sorry for the shaky video. Like I said, as you can tell, I am walking on a gravel road, very uneven. Lots of stones, lots of roots, etc. Beautiful though, beautiful. Anyway, back to the story. True story. So people used to take this bend a little bit too fast, a little bit too quick, whatever you want to call it, and it used to fly off into the Devil's Punch Bowl. Now, people that survived, people that witnessed these crashes, obviously called for help, and they got out. Yeah, obviously harmed, but they got out. And they asked what happened, as you do if you have a car crash, and they said that they heard voices, and they believed that it was the devil. More on the scientific side of that, I do believe in the paranormal, but I also believe in the scientific side of it. More than likely, they got a little bit worse for wear. I didn't quite realise they were going that fast, and then just came off. Probably wasn't the devil. I personally don't believe in the devil, or demons for that matter. But yeah, took the turn too quick, came off and landed in the Devil's Punch Bowl. Now, there have been reports, again, just local myths and legends, where people have came off in their car and ended up down the bottom or halfway down into the Devil's Punch Bowl. Obviously, they didn't make it out alive. No one was there to rescue them, and they died in the Devil's Punch Bowl. Again, probably going a little bit too fast around the corner, and yeah, ended up in the Punch Bowl. When they updated the Devil's Punch Bowl to what it is today, there's I can't remember if it's a 2-lane or 3-lane motorway. I'll call it a motorway, some people don't. I'll call it a motorway. And they turned all of this, most of it's always been part of the National Trust. There's always been a woodland. I feel on top of this hill, I believe that was some kind of building, but again, need to look into it. You can tell on the floor there's quite a lot of brick and stone on the floor, so there's probably a road or a building or some sort up there. Again, I need to look into it. So yeah, there's Gibbet Hill, like I said at the beginning. 3 people. Normally, back in the day, when we used to hang people for their crime, if it's a murder, normally they would put the people that did that deed, so to speak, they normally put them in a gibbet cage close to the place where it happened. So yeah, so it's 3 that I know of, plus I say that's 4 people that I know of. What else? Again, back in the day, as far as I'm aware, none of this has been built on. This has always been a wooded area, apart from the A3. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a Roman road or a Roman settlement. Like I said, this is like back in the day, and is still now, a main route from Portsmouth to London. It's just that the route is a little bit different, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's a Roman road. It wouldn't surprise me if other settlements like Vikings, that kind of thing, use this area for a settlement of some sort. So yeah, like I said, guys, I don't really know much about this area, so I need to look in more, maybe, or maybe I'll just make another video, but definitely put pictures in this one. So I'll put a picture of the pub at the front, or near the beginning of this video. So yeah, so there will be a short little cut in this video at some point. Actually, there will be a small cut in this video now, and I'll be right back with you guys. So yeah, so I would say I'm on the outskirts of the Devil's Punch Bowl, but again, there is private property, so to speak, so I've got to make sure that I stay within the law. But this is a shortcut home. Like I said, I'm heading home. So yeah, I've done what I needed to do. As I said, I came out of here, it was Monday, and saw a few things that I liked, so got that. And I thought I'd make a little video for the way home. But thing is, guys, I would love to have that wood. Some of those bits of wood I can do with, but I don't have a chainsaw, and yeah, we could do have. As you guys probably may or may not know, I love wood. I love doing stuff with wood. I like to make stuff in my spare time, and when I see wood like that going to waste, it will waste away. It'll end up looking like this, just a waste. Yeah, I like to make stuff out of wood, and if I don't have to pay for it, even better. Yeah, even better if I don't have to pay. So I think we're at the place where I want to be, but I'm not gonna stop recording. I'll carry on recording. Yeah, I've had comments before where that people would like longer videos. So I'll try and make this as long as I can. There will be no spirit box or anything like that, because even though there's been quite a lot of death here, especially on the A3, there is no known hauntings at the A3, if that makes sense. But if I get enough comments, if I get enough likes, etc., I will come this way in my next video. I'll take that route. I kind of know roughly where it goes, but yeah, I'll take that route, yeah, next time. But at the moment, this is the way I want to go. So yeah, we'll keep recording for now. So for people that live in big cities like London, the reason why I have big gates like that to let the horses through. It swings both ways. Yeah, and then let the horses, and mainly horses, and then that one there is mainly for bigger vehicles. But yeah, people and horses.
How you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, lucky that I know where I'm going. I think that's part of someone's back garden. But yeah, very nice, different colour. Don't know how well you can see them, but yeah, that's what caught my eye, was the flowers. But yeah, I need to concentrate on where I'm going. Yeah, paths like this is a good path to take if you want a broken neck. So I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. So yeah, that's basically why I made this video, just to explain to you why it's called the Devil's Punch Bowl. So yeah, you guys hope you're alright in that video. And I was just going to enjoy the walk. So I think this house here, I saw on top, at the very, very top of, because I was in that direction earlier, and yeah, you can see that house from up there. But yeah, there's quite a lot of houses that are, I wouldn't say in the middle of nowhere, but this is their main road, and I think I got my bearings wrong, but I think that may lead back up to the Devil's Punch Bowl. Yeah. But we're not going to go up there today. So yeah, this is the kind of thing I do, guys, if I just want to reconnect with myself. This is the kind of thing I would do if I want to reconnect to the spirit world, so to speak. I just go for walks. And that there is where they would have the horse about here, and then they would climb on top of that to get onto the horse. You see, as it's designed as steps, so the person will climb on top, then get on their horse. And obviously there's a place for horses. Sometimes you walk along it and all you will see is just people coming and going, getting into the Devil's Punch Bowl, coming out of Devil's Punch Bowl. It's one of the easier ways of getting in and out of Devil's Punch Bowl. If you go through the main entrance, yeah, you have to pay for parking. Yeah, you have to pay for parking. So yeah, there's quite a few people that, you know, park on the side here, either side, and yeah, walk in because it's free. Ooh. By the looks of it, they're pulling that down. That's a shame. I wonder if I can. There's no alarms, is there? There's no... Can't see any alarms. Because normally when places are abandoned they have those robots. But I'm not going to trespass. But yeah, last time I walked along here, that statue's always been there. But yeah, these statues used to be up on the roof, but by the looks of it, they've had a fire. Yeah, by the looks of it, they had some kind of fire. But again, I'm not going to trespass. I'm trespassing already, just come on to the property, so to speak. But yeah, I won't go any further in here because I don't want to get yelled at. But yeah, it looks like they had some sort of fire. Which is a shame. But yeah, I think this piece of land is probably owned by one of the houses that we just walked by. So technically, I've walked onto this bit, so technically I'm trespassing. So I don't want to outstay my welcome, so to speak. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what a shame. What a shame. Let's get back onto a public road before I get yelled at. But yeah, we used to have statues. We used to have a statue on the top there. But for whatever reason it caught fire. Which is a shame. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, guys, maybe one day there's an entrance just up here that I walk by. Maybe one day again I'll take up one of those routes. So yeah, May 23rd. So we've got a while yet before winter kicks in. So we'll try and do that before winter if we can. But like I said, we've got a while yet before that. But yeah, it's very, very nice walk. Like I said, this is one of the quieter days. Come along here, which is nice, because it means I can talk to you lot. Like I said, I hope you can hear me okay. I know you guys would rather listen to the birds, but Yeah, I might have to stop for a second, guys, to have something to drink. And yes, guys, I did bring a drink with me today. I just got to remember which pocket I put it in. But yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos where I just go for a walk, yeah, leave a comment below. Yeah, this time of year around here it's quite nice. There it is. Yeah, this time of year it's quite nice around here. Even in the winter months when I'm up to my waist in mud, it's still nice. Just not as pleasant. Yeah, I need to have a break because this bag's getting pretty heavy. So, the other things I tend to do, because I lean more towards pagan, witchy kind of like stuff. Because that, to me, that makes sense in my mind. If you look into paganism, pagans, witches, Wiccans, those types of people, they worship the ground, they worship everything. You know, so the woodland will have its own god or goddess. Water, whether it's sea, river, whatever, has its own god or goddess. Yeah, the sun, the moon, basically they worship the earth, like everything. So, yeah, to me that makes more sense. But also they, again, my understanding, they look more towards the scientific side, so that they have that fine balance of worshipping the earth and everything on the earth, and also they look at the scientific side of it. Again, at home, I have what I would call the wheel of life, and on this wheel they have the 12 months of the year and what each month represents. So you got like December, you got Yule, then you got like October, that means Halloween, like I said, it goes into detail what tree is for that month and what bush and all that. So it's like the witch wheel or the pagan wheel or whatever it's called. So yeah. I can't remember, I think it's like September, I think. Could be wrong, but it's like harvest. Yeah, so many things on this wheel. So basically what I'm trying to say is that they are more in tune with the earth. People that have been doing it for eons will tell you what herb or what tree or what bush or what plant will help you with that illness that you have, so to speak. I'm not that far into paganism or witches or Wiccans. I'm not that far into it, but I think people would class me as a beginner. I am what you would call a beginner in paganism, or witches, or whatever you want to call it. But I don't follow any particular path or any particular, thing when it comes to paganism. Like witches, you've got so many different kinds of witches, and you've got so many different kinds of Wiccans, and I don't class myself as one particular item in that world, so to speak. To me, it makes more sense. So guys, I've had a little bit of a rest. Like I said, this bag's getting heavy. And now I'm going to start thinking about getting going. We still do have a bit of a hike to go, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I think he's just trying to get back up now though. So again, another house we've passed. I know several houses, but we'll get there. Right. I think I've got everything. Yep. And that's the other thing with me, guys. Leave no trace. Leave no trace that you've ever been there. The only thing that should be there is my footprints. Take everything else with you. Rubbish. Everything. Take your rubbish with you. Yeah, I don't want to, make it too obvious, but I'd love to, own a house like that. But yeah, never in my wildest dreams that I own a house like that. Yeah, like the average house around here, like that house, would quite easily go for $1 million, or close to $1 million. It's all about the location and how much land they have, so yeah, it'd be close to $1 million. So all these houses along here, yeah, they'd be close to $1 million, if not $1 million. Again, can't really get a good look, but again, another really nice house in the middle, well, first glance in the middle of nowhere. But I live in I live in a 1-bedroom flat, but even that is worth, you know, a pretty penny, which I can't afford, if that makes sense. That's why I rent. I can't afford a mortgage, so I rent. But anyway, back to the walk. So yeah, another one. So all I'm going to say, guys, like I said, if you watched my other video, found some really nice, I think it's pine, up where in the Devil's Punchbowl. Let me get off the road. And took me almost an hour to get the 2 pieces that I wanted. Yeah, it took me almost an hour just to cut one of the pieces. The other one was already cut, but I didn't want to offend anyone. I didn't want to cause any arguments. I didn't want anyone to get offended for me taking the wood. So I had to wait until the road was quiet before I took the wood, or cut the wood. Here in the UK, if you're watching abroad, people get really offensive. That's why we got quite a lot of Karens and Carls and in this country. We can't do anything without someone complaining about something. But the wood I've got in my bag, if that was down here, I would not have any problem. I would hack away for hours getting all the wood I need. And I'm just looking around, seeing if there's any that's not rotten. See if there's any that's freshly cut and that is not too far gone. But yeah, they're either too big or they're at that stage now where they're starting to rot, which is a shame. Yeah, but like I said earlier in the video, I like to come out in places like this, and I'll never cut down a live tree. If the tree has already been cut down by somebody else, they've got a reason why they've cut that tree down, but they're very greedy. They'll cut a tree down and they'll leave it. Now most of it, it's not all of it, but most of this has been felled down because of a storm. The tree has already been damaged or was dying, so they've just naturally fell down. Yeah. You there? Hello. You there? But yeah, like I said, I'll never cut down a large tree. Now, apart from my family and apart from my partner, there was a few other people which I'm not going to name because I don't want to upset anyone. But there are two things I love in this world. One is nature, and two is animals. As you just saw on the video, I just was lucky enough to pet a dog. I've actually pet 3 dogs today. Yeah, I love animals and I love nature. Yeah, I've always got time for a dog that wants to come and say hello. People? No, I don't have time for people. So yeah, you'll never see me cut down a live tree. Now, in a survival situation, I may cut off a branch, but it will not be the whole tree. I'd rather collect dead wood than live wood. Now if I can, guys, I'll get into the woods. There's a road here, main road, and if I can I'll cut into the woods. Let's get off the road. Yep, thought so. Oh, another car. Yeah, people drive like maniacs around here. So, but yeah, we're in a totally different woods now, so this has got absolutely nothing to do with the Devil's Punch Bowl, and this is a totally different wood. Some of these trees are so tall that you can actually see them from my front window, from my kitchen window. I couldn't tell you which one of these trees I could see from my kitchen window, but these trees are huge. They're massive. But the biggest tree here, I would say, is the one literally right in front, and I'll take you to that tree in a second. Yeah, so the reason why I say that this is the biggest one is, as you see from the base, it is huge. It's massive. I have no idea how old this tree is, but I'm assuming it's old. But I will be honest with you guys, this is the place where I do not want to be in the middle of a storm. Especially if it's high winds, like strong winds. because as you'll probably see further up, some of these trees will literally snap, and they don't uproot like the one over there. These ones will literally snap, in the middle or halfway up. They'll just snap. If I can find that tree that I'm thinking of, I'll show you it. Now, most trees will uproot by the actual root. These ones will just snap in high wind. These ones don't have no flex to them like a normal tree. But again, guys, I don't want you to think that I'm taking out on a wild goose chase. I know exactly where I am. I know exactly where I'm going. Because you certainly want to walk on the road, because it's dangerous. People speed around here because there's no police. So yeah, the locals do what they want. They're more than happy to do 100 on that road because they know they won't get caught. Yeah, around here you can quite easily do a hit and run, and no one will ever know that it was them that hit the person. So I'd rather walk through the woods. Yeah, but it's safer. So this is one tree. Now this tree is not the same type of tree from back there, but as you can probably tell on camera, it has literally snapped. Well, I wouldn't say halfway up, but it's literally snapped. Hasn't been derooted. I'm going to zoom in. That's, I'll say, halfway up. There's the base, and there is where it snapped. And the tree has landed literally in the path. So I should be alright. So yeah, this is one of the places I do not want to be when it's blowing a gale. Going up today, yeah, there's light wind, sun's out. It's supposed to rain today, but the sun is out. But yeah, I was just thinking, I don't know if you can see it on camera, see if I can zoom in. think it's around there somewhere. Obviously one of the kids have built a shelter around here. And yeah, I miss those days. I miss those days of building shelters. Now, I don't know whether you guys know this, but I used to be, still kind of am, I used to be into survival. Now I'm more into watching TV programs on survival than I am watching. Than actually doing, I should say, survival. So guys, again, this is one of the trees I was talking about. It's quite a long tree. I don't even know where it ends. And this over here is where it came from. It literally split from there, and and landed on the floor, basically. Now, this is the reason why I do not go in the woods when it's blowing a gale. I think this is, I call it a pine tree, but I could be wrong. It's got pine cones growing from it. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's a pine tree. Now, I have no idea how much that tree weighs that they landed on here. So yeah, that way will lead to the road, which I don't want to go on, so we'll continue up this way. So yeah, we'll carry up this way, cut across the field, and then the field should lead to a footpath. I think I'll walk past the entrance. Here it is. Just want to have a quick look at something, guys. Yes. Just thinking. So yeah, here we are in the field, and when I get to this path, that will be the end of the video. Because I don't really want to film people's houses, I don't have to. I will be honest with you, this bag is heavy. Very heavy. Now, as much as I love seeing the sun, as much as I love it being warm, I was really hoping it would rain today, because my garden is starting to suffer. And I just glanced over there, see that tree falling down. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but yeah, over there's a tree falling down. And yeah, I used to sit under that tree. That used to be my favourite tree. Yeah, I was just sat under that, now it's gone. What a shame. So yeah, I'm gonna start thinking about getting home. Let's have a coffee. Then off down to the shops to buy myself some food. I hope that all of you have enjoyed today's adventure. I have no idea how long this video will be. If I have any links, like to eBay or whatever, that'll be in the links below, description below. Yeah, thank you all for watching. If you made it this far. Doubt people have watched this far, but right guys, that is my adventure done. Went from the Devil's Punch Bowl to the local woods, now back into, I don't know, the real world, real world, I don't know, but back to the drag, I think people call it. But yeah, nice little walk, nice little adventure. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.